How does spinal stenosis impact your walking? And we're going to look at 3 easy tips for pain relief and mobility. So, as an executive mom, balancing the demands of your high pressure job and family, even something as simple as walking can feel like a challenge when you're dealing with spinal stenosis, whether it is back pain or leg pain because of this condition. Now, if you have this, you have noticed that you have discomfort, numbness, or heaviness in your legs while walking, and you have spinal stenosis. This is a video that you probably want to watch. Now, this condition called spinal stenosis, yeah, obviously it can happen anywhere in the spine, but it's normally found in the neck, that is the cervical spine, and in the lumbar spine, that is your lower back area. Now, when you have it in your lower back, what exactly is happening here? So, there is a narrowing of the spaces in your spine. So, this can be centrally in your spine, or it can be foraminal, that is on the sides of your spine. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of details on this condition. I have done YouTube videos on this before, so you can check out my YouTube channel, or you can go to YouTube, type my name, Swati Prakash, followed by spinal stenosis, and the videos will pop up for you. But very briefly, if you're not aware of what, or you're not sure of what spinal stenosis is, in our spine, we have we can have narrowing of the spine centrally where your spinal cord is passing through, or you can have narrowing on the sides, which is a foraminal stenosis. Oh yeah, the one in the center is called central stenosis, but the one on the sides is called foraminal stenosis. So you have these facet joints which are present on either side of the spine at every level between every two vertebrae. When there is a narrowing in that area or that facet joint, and because of which the nerves exiting the side of the spine can get irritated or compressed, this I mean, it can lead to a lot of problems, but mainly with nerves getting irritated or compressed, or because of that spinal cord being irritated and compressed. When you have this problem in your lumbar spine, that can lead to a nerve pain in the distribution of the nerve that is being irritated, and that is usually in the legs, because the nerves that exit the lumbar spine will go and supply the leg area of our body. So leg, foot, the thigh, any of that areas. Now, usually collectively, the central and the foraminal stenosis are known as spinal stenosis. So that's the condition we are looking at today. Now, before we get into the topic for today, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their spinal, that is back and neck, and nerve pain despite low energy levels and brain fog, that is lack of focus. I do so by giving you simple exercises, some easy lifestyle modifications, some tips and tricks that have helped me in my own pain and adrenal fatigue journey. Adrenal fatigue is a very broad term. However, the two specific symptoms that I talk about are low energy levels and lack of focus or brain fog. So I do all of this without taking away a big chunk of your time, because, hey, we're moms, we're busy people, right? So let's get into the topic for today, which is how does spinal stenosis impact walking? And we're going to talk about 3 easy tips for pain relief and mobility. Now, spinal stenosis, as I said, can occur in your neck or your back, which is your cervical or your lumbar region. Now, when spinal stenosis happens, it can lead to that irritation or compression of the nerves, which can lead to leg pain or cramping in the legs. Now, pain can start in your lower back, can radiate down into your bottom, your hips, thighs, or even in your calves. Now, this discomfort, of course, also it is. I mean, obviously, it is not something that you want, but when you are walking, this pain can intensify, and especially with prolonged walking or standing. But it eases when you're sitting down or when you lean forwards. Now, I will come to the explanation of this, but there can also be heaviness or weakness in your legs, and you might feel that your legs are a little wobbly, or you don't feel very strong in your legs, especially if you have, say, stenosis, which is affecting your left leg, or it is compressing the nerves on the left side. So you will feel that the weakness is more on that leg, that is your left one, compared to your right. And you can also have tingling or numbness. Basically, all the symptoms of nerve pain can be present. You can have an altered walking pattern because of this. Now, going back, what happens with prolonged standing or walking? And that is basically the gist of this video here, how spinal stenosis impacts your walking. When you are standing or you are walking, especially for a prolonged period of time, we tend to go backwards or extend our back in order to balance our body. So when you are doing that, there is a lot of compression on the nerves that are exiting your lumbar spine, or for that matter the spine. And that is the reason when you're walking or you are standing for a long period of time, you tend to have more symptoms of spinal stenosis. So that's how spinal stenosis will actually impact your walking. It can lead to a lot of pain during walking, or that cramping feeling in the legs. Now, what happens when you bend forwards? There is a relief of the pressure or irritation on the nerves of your lower back. So that is why you might have seen that some people, when they are in the supermarket, they will lean against the trolley. One thing is to obviously give some rest to their legs, but the other thing is if they have back pain and they lean against the trolley, the shopping trolley, they feel better. So with spinal stenosis, because of that opening up of the spine, the spinal structures, or easing off the pressure on the spinal structures posteriorly or at the back, when you lean forwards, there is an easing of the pressure or stresses on the nerves, and that is why you feel better with spinal stenosis when you're bending forwards. So now, what can you do about this? Now, one thing is if you have spinal stenosis and you've been working around it, of course, you're working on the rehab, the exercises, and to treat the basic cause of that stenosis, because stenosis can happen due to a number of reasons. However, if you use a walking aid, it can be useful if you want to incorporate a walker or a cane, depending on what your mobility levels are, because it helps you to lean forwards a little bit, same theory as the shopping trolley that I was talking about, and it helps you to ease that pressure on the nerves and the effect of spinal stenosis, so you're able to walk longer. Now, another thing is you could obviously modify your walking routine, incorporate short breaks in which you are leaning forwards, or you could lean against a wall or a tree or a bench. So you're leaning forwards. And again, the same theory as we were talking about, it helps to ease that spinal stenosis. Um, Another thing you can do is, of course, the third tip is that you adopt a good posture. Now, if you know me for more than 2 minutes, you know I talk a lot about posture. Again, I've done innumerable videos on posture, sitting posture, standing posture, etc. Here, we are particularly concerned about your standing posture because we're talking about walking. So, if you want to know how to maintain a good posture while standing, there is a free guide that I have made on this topic, and I have actually written a blog on the same topic of walking and spinal stenosis. I will leave a link in the description of this video. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link is in my bio, or you can message me and I'll send it across to you. And that blog has a lot of information, more information on spinal stenosis. It has a video on what spinal stenosis actually feels like. So basically, your symptoms of spinal stenosis. Also, it talks about this free guide on how to maintain your posture while standing, etc. It has a lot of other information as well. So have a look at that blog, and that should be helpful for you. And another one, actually, I was going to talk about three tips, but I'm just going to add in another one, which is, of course, when you have spinal stenosis, you might be already going to the doctors and your therapist, or working on exercises for your back. Please focus on your core exercises as well, because core muscles, again, you can watch my YouTube for more details, but my YouTube channel, sorry, but core muscles are the ones that are present right along the spine. So they are the deepest layer of muscles. So they are supporting your spine. If you do not work on strengthening or doing rehab for your core, but you're working on all the other muscles in your back, you're still not going to get the 100% results. You tend to get a lot of recurrent back pain and issues with a little bit of strain on your back, and you feel the catch in your back happening. So all that is because of a weak core. So do go in for core strengthening exercises. If you are interested in more, again, refer to that blog, and I will leave the details of core strengthening in the blog itself that I was talking about. All right, so that is all I wanted to cover today. And if you have any questions, any comments for me, that anything I can help you with, do let me know, and I'll be happy to do so. Just drop your questions below this video, and I will answer them for you. Alrighty, I'll see you guys next.